don't turn off the TV when Austin Gomez is on the mat.
You just can't predict it. And that's why the fans love to come here and watch him wrestle.
No fear, I guess, is the way to describe him.
Powerful moves from Gomez, and he gets the fall.
Fans just, they like to be entertained, and he entertains.
I love throwing, I love big moves. I love putting on a show for the fans, and why not throwing a couple big moves and make them cheer. My family and I grew up in Carroll Stream, Illinois, which is about 45 minutes to an hour from Chicago.
We own a wrestling gym, a club.
In our family, we like national championships, and the girls are fighting to get them too, and it's always a competition at the Gomez house.
People joke around with me saying that, when I was born, I came out wearing a headgear and a wrestling singlet.
He was 4 when he started. He's literally hitting himself in the head and ready to go, and the other 4-year-olds are looking at him like, what is going on?
Finish! Yay!
He was a top 20 recruit coming out of high school. He chose Iowa State over a bunch of other schools.
He's got him turned. DeSanto trying to fight it.
In my first 2 years at Iowa State, I went a combined 32-7. My first concussion was when I was redshirting at Iowa State. I just remember hitting the shot and getting hit and then waking up.
We got called like in the middle of the day, and it was saying, hey, Austin got knocked out, like a boxer.
I had 4 concussions in Ames. So this is stuff you just do every day. I just got the short end of the stick.
Some of that was probably him cutting a little too much weight, or maybe not managing his weight right.
At Iowa State, I wrestled 133 for my first 2 years, and my body just started growing. I think I was just under so much pressure that I put on myself to do well, that I couldn't take it anymore. On Christmas Eve of 2020, I decided to tell my family that I wanted to be done wrestling.
Christmas, I don't want to cry. So Christmas Eve is a big thing for me. My kid, that's my holiday. Austin was trying to tell us, but playing with his mashed potatoes. It was terrible. He couldn't look us in the face. He felt like he was disappointing us.
It was so emotional, but it needed to happen. It was a hard time with me because I had to give up something I loved so much, but at the time, I didn't love it.
You've had the goal of being a world champ. You've had a goal of being an NCAA champ, and now it's like, now what?
I went to go see a doctor out in Pittsburgh. He works with the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Penguins. He introduced me to a whole nother side of concussions that I never thought of. The different kinds of concussions, how it affects your head, your eyes.
They did some tests, there's certain eye tests that they can do, and he said Austin could come back.
I started, working out again, and I started feeling really good. In early April, when I was back in Iowa, I was just sitting down with my girlfriend, and I was like, I think I want to wrestle again. I think I want to do this.
We got a text, I want to wrestle again. And we both were like, you gotta be kidding me. Then he said, I'll go NAIA or D3, and I said, no. I says, if you're coming back, you're going D1. There's no option.
When we started talking to him, it was, are you motivated? Are you healthy? As a human being, he was healthy. He was ready to do this thing all over again. And then it was more about us changing as coaches of how we're going to train a guy with a history of concussions.
They're like, hey, sometimes you don't want to practice, or if you're not feeling up to it that day, and don't practice that day, or don't wrestle live that day.
When we do, I don't know, a 20-minute go, I was cutting it short at like 19 minutes and 30 seconds because he was healthy that long. We don't need to go another 30 seconds. You're done, Gomez.
We thought he was going to be 41. We're on speakerphone, and he says, I think I'm going to go 49. And I was like, okay, you know, I'm all positive. Get off the phone. I'm like, oh my God, can he compete at 49?
He was probably this big cutting the 33. You add 16 pounds of happiness, is what I call it. It's a different person and a different skill set, a longer set of oxygen in your muscles.
Great double leg finish, and he's working for some back points there.
A year ago, I was not wrestling whatsoever. But here I am now, a year later, and you know, I'm one of the top guys in the country.
Gomez able to get around behind. He keeps on his leg, and he's able to get two.
Being happy is made Austin a better wrestler.
I haven't had this much fun wrestling since probably I was a little kid. I believe that I can win a national title this year, and I truly think that I should.